Okay, Star Trek II, The Wrath of Khan. I could go on about this movie for a long time, but I'm going to try to keep this video as short as possible. There is a reason that fans consider this to be the pinnacle, the very best of Star Trek. Star Trek II, The Wrath of Khan had the best script, had the best direction, it had the best cinematography, it had the best set designs, it had the best costuming, and thanks to James Horner, it had the best score. Not that Jerry Goldsmith, Leonard Roseman, Cliff Idleman, and Dennis McCarthy were subpar whatsoever. Far from it. Just so happens that James Horner was the best. And James Horner can actually be seen in Star Trek, running through one of the halls as the Enterprise gets ready to duck into the Mutara Nebula. He played an extra. Although he was not the first film composer to have been included as an extra in Star Trek. In the 60s, Basil Polidorus, who scored both the original RoboCop and The Hunt for Red October, he was I believe a red shirt Starfleet officer in Obsession, the episode, and he was also one of the Klingons in Day of the Dove. So anyway, but and poor Judson Scott, man. I mean, he played Khan's right-hand man, right? And his agent really screwed him over. Kept trying to get him higher billing in the credits, and he ended up getting no billing in the credits. So his name is not even listed in the beginning credits or the credits at the end. So he would not get a billing for Star Trek until The Next Generation, and I can't recall the name of the episode. It's where he and his female companion are trying to sell drugs to Merritt Butrick, I think that's how he says his name, who played David Marcus in Star Trek 2 and 3. But yeah, he wouldn't even get a billing until that episode. And he also appeared in, he might have been in Deep Space Nine, I'm not sure. I know he played the Romulan captain in the episode, I believe it's called Message in a Bottle, where the EMH, Voyager's EMH, gets transferred to the USS Prometheus. And to this date, it's the only thing that I can stomach watching with Andy Dick in it. So there's that. So anyway, yeah, Star Trek II, it's not without its faults. I mean, you know, there's continuity issues, like, well, why does Khan recognize Chekhov when Chekhov wasn't even in the original episode, The Space Seed? And that's kind of explained away by, well, you know, Chekhov was on the Enterprise, he just wasn't part of the bridge crew. He was down in engineering, part of the lower decks, as it were. And then there's the ridiculous, you know, why can't Khan comprehend that when Spock says, you know, 2 days, he means 2 hours? When he says right up front, hours would seem like days. You know, that's a bit of a stretch. But still, all in all, yeah, you know, Star Wars could never top The Empire Strikes Back. Just like Star Trek has never been able to top The Wrath of Khan. And, The Wrath of Khan also was the first time we saw another Starfleet ship, another Federation ship, because before, in like the Ultimate Computer, when they showed, 4 other Starfleet ships, they were all just the Enterprise. They just, just didn't have the name on the top, but they were all exactly the same. Now, Star Trek: The Motion Picture got us the refit Enterprise, the redesign, but the design was still basically the same. It was just an upgraded, perfected version of it. So Star Trek II: The Wrath of Khan got us the Miranda class in the form of USS Reliant, which was such a great design that they used it well into Next Generation and Deep Space Nine and all that. So there's that. And yeah, it's it was always my favorite growing up, and then I didn't realize until decades later that, oh well, it's pretty much everybody else's favorite, and there's a reason for that. So I always tell people, if you've not seen any Star Trek, just check out The Wrath of Khan, and if you don't watch any of the rest, at least you've seen the best. So anyway, that's pretty much it for this video. I'll talk to you later. Bye-bye.